Even if he don't win, everybody gonna be paying attention, then the young brothers gonna get the flock in there, and it's all. And y'all, and if anybody wondering, yes, college basketball is better than pro basketball, in my opinion, too. Just in case you was wondering, and if you wasn't, STBY sucks to be you. Phase 2 of the Supreme Court is coming right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
If you missed the beginning of the show this week, I'm doing running backs. The reason I'm doing running backs this year, the unsung running backs, people who have had stellar careers, nobody talks about them because, again, y'all know on me, I talk about the fact that mainstream America or the powers that be or whatever you want, the man or anybody you want to call them, they don't want you to know history. Because when you learn history, you'll fool around and realize how powerful you are. You realize how powerful you are. You'll be able to remove the spell from your mind. So I'm going to always tell you about these dudes, and then you're going to stumble upon somebody else. Or you can even come back at a later date and say, HRap, you ain't know what the hell you're talking about. This dude is better than that. And then that makes the show even better. Number 9 on the list was big time running back out of Cincinnati, won a couple Super Bowls in New England, Corey Dillon. And then the next up, the illest brother from Nebraska, goes by the name of Roger Craig, the original 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving back. Big ups to Rob. Next up, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl MVP, big time track star, University of Kansas, Washington Redskins legend, New York Jets first round draft pick John Riggins. Next up, part of the only undefeated team in Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era since the merger in 1970. Only team to ever go undefeated in that situation, led by the unnamed defense and this guy right here, big time running back. This is back when they used to call you a fullback if you didn't have that speed, but he didn't have that speed. He was a pioneer in a way, because the reason I call him a pioneer is because like your man HRap, he was about that paper. It was dope to be be a big time running back, but he understood I need to get paid too. If you saw his name, you probably wouldn't even be able to say it. His name is Larry Zonka. He's a big time running back, running over everybody. Him and his team dominated the early 70s. 6'3" running back. They would say he's too big now. They used to call him the Sundance Kid. And they used to play 14 games during his lifetime. I think he only played 1 year on the 16 game season, but he finished with 8,081 yards, averaging 4.3 yards per carry, averaging about 55, 56 yards a game. That don't sound like enough to you, old fantasy football geeks, but this is a big time running back, man. People don't talk about him. Another dude who realized the NFL was on some BS. Canadian football came and knocked, and he went up there, got his money up there, then came back and still made it to the Hall of Fame. Big ups to Larry Zonka. Next up is one of my favorite running backs of all time. He followed right into the footsteps of guys like Walter Payton, Roger Craig, and others who were multifaceted. They can do it out of the backfield on the run side. He had more speed. He had speed, power, can catch the ball. Fastest dude to 10,000 yards. When he retired, he was the fastest dude to 10,000 yards in NFL history. I don't know why he's the forgotten guy. He should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. I don't understand why he's not in the Hall of Fame, but those dudes who do the Hall of Fame, they 30% retired. And he I talked to him a lot on social media. He told me next time I'm in Florida, this is real talk. Next time I'm in Florida, he need me to pull up, and he gonna be on the show. Big ups to this dude. He finished his career with 12,246 yards with 4 yards per carry. Spent the bulk of his career in Indianapolis. Last 3 years of his career was an utter and ridiculous waste of time. But he's still one of my favorite running backs ever. He goes by the name of Edgerrin James out of the U Big ups to the head. This is another dude who don't get enough respect, if you ask me, man. This is a dude who right along, he was actually before Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James followed in his footsteps as well. Another dude who was insane out of the backfield. Good hands. He was arguably the best running back of his era. Now, you got people like a dude who he kept on the bench for years, Barry Sanders, and Emmitt Smith in his era as well. But this is a dude who was the linchpin. He was the, what about Joe Cribs? Not long enough, D-Grade. Not long enough, bro. But Joe Cribs was a bad dude, man. D-Grade, see, that's why you got people listening to your show, man. D-Grade brings something every week. D-Grade be saying he don't like to talk, but he got too much knowledge to be quiet. I'm tired of him trying to play the quiet guy. I'm gonna start calling D-Grade Shy Brother. That's what I'm gonna start calling him, Shy Brother from 5 Heartbeats. He always say something poignant, but he don't be wanting to talk, allegedly. That's all I got to say about D-Grade. He ain't tricking me, though. But I got my man. This dude is one of the greatest running backs ever. Finished his career with 12,074 yards. He closed out his career in Miami. He ended up getting hurt, but he was still kicking ass and taking names. One of the best running, out the backfield. He can run you over, run by you, run around you, juke you out your shoes, slide you out your shoes, juke you out your socks. Joe Washington, not gonna make it. Sorry, Chief. That's another dude. He was a specialty back. He was more of a trick back than one of these dudes. And when you hear the rest of the list, Chief, you will see why he didn't make the list. But Thurman Thomas does not get enough of the respect that he deserved because he was on a team which, to me, this is the stupidest holdback in the history of the world. And I don't even know what else to call it. This is my opinion. You can agree or disagree, or as one of my former co-hosts used to say, you got your wrong ass opinion and I got mine. But with that being said, man, Thurman Thomas is arguably one of the greatest. He arguably the greatest running back that don't nobody respect at all. Losing in 4 Super Bowls. Hey, look, you can here's the options. You can lose in 4 Super Bowls, or you could play for the Jets, or you could play for the Bengals, or you could play for the Browns, or you could play for the Houston Texans, or you could play for the Jacksonville Jaguars, or you could play for the Falcons, or you could play for the Cardinals. Or do you want to lose 4 Super Bowls? You can play for one of them old dormant ass, or you can, or in this century, since 2005, you can play for the Raiders. Do you want to lose in 4 Super Bowls? Let me lose in 4 Super Bowls, y'all. I don't understand why losing in the finals, losing in the Super Bowl, losing in the World Series is a bad thing. If any team from my hometown made it to the Super Bowl every year and lost, it would probably suck. But you know what? What I want to be, I would rather my team make it to 4 Super Bowls than to be a Detroit Lions fan. I tell you that any day. Sign me up for the 4 Super Bowl losses. It might be some new sports stuff, man. I take my team losing in 4 straight Super Bowls too. That means for 4 seasons, only one team was better than my team. And if it wasn't for a lousy ass kicker, they would have won one, man. Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, and a lousy kicker stopped the Buffalo Bills from being champions, man. So, hey, it is what it is. It ain't what it used to be. Maybe I'm just thinking too old school, but I don't get it, y'all. Again, let's not forget this is the End of the Bench podcast, and y'all know where it is. It is
Built for this network.
And please don't forget it. Losing 4 Super Bowls, going to get the money, and by we'll get the money for playing for the Jets. Well, he was still at D-Grade. He was still getting the money. He was still one of the highest paid players in the league. So he lost 4 Super Bowls and got the money. There you go. But I'm not even talking about from a player's perspective, D-Grade. I'm talking about from a fan and a barbershop argument or end of the bench argument perspective. People go, your team lost in the Super Bowl 4 times. You like the Raiders, bro. hell you talking about, HRap? You like the Raiders. You like the Bears. Are you talking about me? It depends on the money, man. If I'm be put like this, be great. What type of money am I making losing 4 Super Bowls? Now, if I'm gonna be the lowest paid player in the league and lose 4 Super Bowls, give me the money. If I'm gonna be the highest paid player in the league, if I'm middle of the road, I'll lose the 4 Super Bowls. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about these dudes. Chief Rocker, one of them, that dish your team because they lost in the Super Bowl. Oh, they lost 4 Super Bowls. Hey, man, I lose in 4 Super Bowls. If I was a player, I'd take it. Especially when you're Thurman Thomas, you're going to make the Hall of Fame. You're one of the highest paid players in the league. You're going to go down in history as one of the greats. And losing the Super Bowl, Chief Rocker, and a lot of dudes be dislike when people, like I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not putting Chief Rocker in the same category as suspected white supremacist Skip Bayless. I would not insult him like that. I will insult him at some point today, but I'm not going to insult Chief Rocker like that. But, like when suspected white supremacist Skip Bayless is always talking about, LeBron James is 3-6 in the finals. And Michael Jordan 6-for-6. Oh, Chief don't hold no weight. Damn, he going hard. Damn, he going hard on you, Chief. You're going to accept that. But Chief probably driving. If he would, with me bringing up his name, he would have said something smart. But he be dissing LeBron James for losing in the finals. But for 9 straight years, whatever team LeBron James is on, they finish first or second for 9 straight years. Now, he punked out that first time. Well, he punked out the first 2 times he was in the finals. Don't nobody want to admit that he punked out against the Spurs because they were just ridiculously overmatched. And he punked out. He should have won one. That's one thing I will agree with suspected white supremacist Skip Bayless. But exactly, what's Melo's finals record? Chief Rocker finally made it home. But exactly, Joe. Suspected white, he punked out against the Spurs the first time. Don't nobody want to admit that, but LeBron was supposed to win 1 game. Suspected white supremacist Skip Bayless, he's right on that. He went to 9 straight. He went to 8 straight, 9 straight, 10 overall. 8 straight, 9 overall, 8 straight. But hey, man, I would take that. I like LeBron James, and if LeBron James played for the Bulls and the Bulls went to 9 straight finals and only won 3, I'm cool with that. You a Knicks fan? How about that, Chief Rocker? Since you was about 8 years old or something, the Knicks ain't won the championship. Would you take the Knicks going to 9 straight finals and winning 6? Hell yeah, you would. Hell yeah, you would. Hell, at this point, no disrespect, but you would take the Knicks going to 1 final and losing at this point the way they've been playing the last 9 years. So that's all I'm saying, Chief, man. I don't get y'all. Y'all always dissing these dudes and making the finals and losing, but there's no shame in losing in HRap world. There's no shame in losing in the finals. None to me. I mean, but hey, man, everybody got their opinion, Opinions like butt cracks. Everybody got one they all stink. But, I don't get that thinking though, Chief. I mean, feel free to give me a call if you want to and explain to me, why is losing in the finals a bad thing? I don't get it, man. I mean, now, if you're just doing it for the sake of the argument on the barbershop side of the game, I get it. Then it's cool. But it's people out here making that their primary conversation. Oh, LeBron ain't great because he lost in the finals. So did Magic Johnson. So did Larry Bird. Oh, his record under 500. As Joe just said, what the hell is Carmelo's finals record? Bob Lanier. I did a little research on my own. 53% of the top 25 players and top 25 scorers in NBA history never played in the damn finals. Never. So, he under 500 in the finals. To me, that might be the all-time dumbest argument for knocking an all-time great down. Oh, well, he under 500 in the finals. Well, how many times did he make it? 9. How many times did he win? 3. Oh, yeah, he's a bum. Get the hell out of here. But back to what I was talking about, man. I just don't get Jerry West, 1-9. Hey, man, he got that 1, man. Hey, Hey, they say Jerry West is ridiculously